Good morning, family. Not good morning. Good afternoon, family. How you doing? Get up, shake it out. Let's get to it. Come on.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Jack Posey,
Ahmad Shaw.
and this is the Accountability Call.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Ahmad, what episode is this?
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is the episode after 19.
Which would
Before 21.
make it. Hold up. I don't think 21 comes after 19.
No. Before 21, but after 19.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So what you're telling me is it's episode 20.
Yeah. Episode 20. Yeah.
You guys know what that means. Thank you, episode special edition number 2. Ahmad and I are super, super excited for this one. Our first thank you episode went fantastic. Super, I don't know, not even rewarding. It's just so awesome to give thanks to all the people who have gotten Ahmad and I to this point so far in our lives, because we couldn't do it without you guys.
Yeah.
Not even just the people we thanked or we're going to thank today or who we will thank in the future, but all you viewers. You guys give us this platform where we can talk and share our stories and possibly help you all. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for following us on the Instagram. If you haven't already, our Instagram is at @the_accountability_call. Go give us a follow to get this content right here in condensed 1 minute videos, 30-second to 1 minute videos on the Instagram. So if you don't want to watch the full video, follow the Instagram so you can get shorter clips.
Yes, definitely.
Good material.
Definitely. And I got to say, in honor of Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to all your family out there. I know it's a couple of days late. But in honor of Thanksgiving, it's only right that we have another Thanksgiving episode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Episode 20. It would have been perfect if this episode fell right on Thanksgiving.
Honestly, I was thinking about that little kid. Like, that would have been crazy.
We definitely could have crammed like a bunch of episodes up front and then tried to do it. But regardless, we're here today. We're thanking you all today, and we're going to thank some specific people too. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Let's get the thank yous rolling, and let's start shouting some people out.
Let's go. You want to go first or me?
I'll go first. This is one person who, the second I got off the thank you call last time, I knew right away I wanted to thank him next. One of my other club coaches, Coach Z, he was absolutely awesome for me. Helped me a lot through recruiting, coached me up a lot, really showed me what it was like to practice at college level, and kind of like was one of the real true helps for me in learning and growing in lacrosse, because I switched over my position, as I mentioned in the last thank you episode. I switched over in 8th grade freshman year, really, to play defense. So I only had been playing defense for like 2 or 3 years before I committed. So I really had to kick it into overdrive to really learn the position and learn the differences and learn at a high level. And Coach Z was one of the people who really helped me, who was very supportive and somebody who just kind of gave me his all. So Coach Z, thank you very much. I appreciate everything you've done for me. You're the man.
Yeah, bet that. All right. I'm going to start it off, and a lot of the viewers know, if you know what this is, it's my Kindle, right? And I'm reading a book on this Kindle. I'm reading this book with somebody who's very influential to me, somebody I can go to as a mentor, as a friend, or somebody I can just go to and just, say what's up, go watch a football game or something. And that's Father Paul, the president of St. Vincent College. That's my guy. Father Paul, he's always been there for me, whether I need to, throw ideas off of him or I'm kind of stuck in a rut, and he's, giving me advice to, okay, do this so you can do this, or do this so you can get here, or whether or not it's just me and Father Paul hanging out, kicking it. Like, that's our relationship is so, I'm so grateful for the relationship that we have, and that the opportunities to where we can just be so open with one another. I think that's very special, and I'm grateful for it. So Father Paul, thank you.
Shout out Father Paul.
Yeah.
So going on to the next, I'm going to stick with my club coaches and going on to my next club coach, Coach Bullock. Coach, you were someone who always believed in me, somebody who was always willing to make the phone call, always willing to send the email, always giving my best or your best to all the college coaches who I was reaching out to. There was never any hesitation to send or lend a helping hand. You've also been awesome to me and kind of bringing me back and helping me give back to my club, VLC, and having me come and speak to your team. That was something that I'm extremely grateful for, and was very honored that you thought highly of me enough to come back and speak to your players, because I know when I was a player, we didn't really have anything like that. So you're in the utmost respect of myself. You're someone who I look up to. And your coaching style is something I also kind of try to mirror and really kind of giving back to my players, the ones I coach now. So thank you very much, Coach Bullock. You helped me so much throughout high school, and you've continued to help me by giving me opportunities to give back to my I don't even what you call alma mater, my club team.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Coach Bullock. Again, you're the man.
And let me touch on that just a little bit. Let me throw a little bit extra salt on that.
Oh, wait. I totally forgot. Coach Bullock.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Bullock, man. Coach, for all the viewers that didn't know, Coach Bullock was one of my coaches, my football coach, my freshman year. He coached, I believe it was linebackers or safeties, one of the two. But, Coach Bullock was always a good guy. He was always cracking jokes at practice or whatever. Shout out to you, Coach Bullock, for helping Jack. And, you helped Jack, which Jack helps me. So you helped all three, both of us. So shout out to you, Coach Bullock.
Yeah, that's a wild connection. I totally forgot that you knew him, because I've had a conversation with him, and he's because he follows me on Instagram, and he's seen me post some of your stuff, and he asked me about you every once in a while. That's funny that just came up again, but
yeah. All right. So like how I said last time, I was thinking Father Paul. So this time, it's the dynamic duo. You can't have Father Paul without Dr. Mallory, right? So Dr. Mallory, I think I met you this year, right? I remember my first memory of you. I think I walked into some building. It was the Rogers Center, Fred Rogers Center. I walked in the building. I think I'm like, hey, bro, who is this 6'10" dude? Like, oh, that's Dr. Mallory. I'm like, what? Dr. Mallory? Mind you, for all the viewers, Dr. Mallory is 6'10". He's huge. He's up there tight. I remember it was just so funny. I walked in, I seen him. I was like, I put my hand up here to shake his hand tight. So, Dr. Mallory, you're my guy, you're my man. I greatly appreciate you taking me and Dwight to Chick-fil-A that one time. That was amazing. And yeah, I mean, Dr. Mallory's the guy that I can always go to and, throw all of my kind of stressors on him, and, he handles them. And, he's that lacrosse wall when I throw the ball on it for Jack. So
there we go. Dr. Mallory, thank you. You are, someone who Ahmad really looks up to. We've had one conversation before, and I was really grateful to be able to speak to you. Ahmad didn't mention it, but he's the VP, right?
Oh, yeah. He's the vice president.
He's the vice president of St. Vincent College. So Ahmad knows some pretty important people over there. But Dr. Mallory, thank you.
Yeah, big time. So I'll let you go. Go ahead.
So up next, I want to thank, there's so many people, so many directions I can go in. This one comes up to me because I am speaking with him soon. But Paul, thank you so much for being willing to speak with me. I know your schedule is very busy. You are running your own podcast right now, and us being able to have our conversation the first time, and I'm looking forward to our next conversation. But you gave me some great pointers, some great tips, and some really productive things to think about at the very beginning of this process. Before I think we had posted like one video. Yeah. And we had spoken, and you gave me some great objectives to kind of reach forward to. And I can't wait to talk to you about them soon. But there are things that Ahmad and I have really tried to like focus in on, and really try to, iron out the little details of our podcast, which honestly, without having that conversation with you and without you being so willing to speak with me, Ahmad and I in the accountability call might look completely different.
Not might, it probably does.
Oh
It
yeah,
probably does.
It would be 100% different.
Yeah.
And again, Ahmad and I thank you for your support, shouting us out on LinkedIn and on all of just your support in general has been something we're very grateful for. Again, I look forward to growing that relationship and continuing to throw ideas back and forth between your podcast and ours. I know they're a little different, but at the same time, we both have the same end goal, and that's helping as many people as possible in our respected, I guess, audiences. But thank you, Paul. I really appreciate you, and I look forward to our next call.
Yeah, and I haven't met you personally, Paul, but I'm just big thanks. You helped us a lot, even though like I said, I haven't met you, but I'm grateful for you too. So let me go to my next one, and this kind of touches with how you talked about Coach Bullock, right? Another one of my high school coaches. This is, I would say, the first coach that really ever believed in me as a quarterback, and Coach Eways. Right, Coach Eways, you're my guy. I always told Coach Eways, whenever I grow up, Coach Eways is a real estate agent, if you didn't know, but whenever I grow up, I'm gonna buy a house from him. And I told him that about 2 years ago. So when we get that NFL check, I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what I'm going to. So Coach Eways, from the times where there would be times where I was in his office all day, just about. I'd only leave to go to class and then I come right back. I ate lunch in his office. We watched film, constantly watching film. And I got to say, Coach Eways is the man who really taught me how to watch film, from the offensive side of this field. And now, when I switched over, it's the same kind of concept. So shout out to you, Coach Eways. You instilled in me a whole lot of foundation, right? That's still there today from the lifting. Coach Eways never let me take a break. There was no days off when it came to lifting for me. Everybody else, it would be like a light lift today. Nah, Coach Eways like, all right, Ahmad, you got box jumps. I'm like, Coach, box jumps? Like, what? And I'm telling you, the box is up there. There's box jumps and power cleans, banging them out. I'm like, Coach, I need a break, Coach. Nah, let's go. And he was always in my ear trying to push me and trying to help me reach my fullest potential. So, Coach, I greatly do appreciate you. I will buy a house from you one day, and until then, we're just gonna keep working. So, shout out to you, Coach Eways.
Thank you, Coach, for pushing Ahmad, because whether or not you know it, whether or not Ahmad knows that you helped shape him, you helped make him the man he is today. And without you and his life, he wouldn't be pushing himself as hard. So thank you, Coach.
Yeah, definitely.
So moving on to the next person I want to thank. Again, someone else who I've only spoken to once, but made such a lasting impact on me. And I look forward to continuing our conversations, look forward to continuing to grow our relationship. And he's actually the person who introduced me to Paul, Jordan. Jordan, thank you very much. Based off our one call, I know it was brief, I know it was short, but we kind of really hit it off and had a lot of things that had a lot of similar interests, let's say. So I really look forward to continuing that conversation. And thank you for introducing me to Paul, because as I mentioned before, he's really helped us with our podcast, and we wouldn't have gotten to that. I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for you introducing me to him, and then if you want to go back to last Thank You episode, Miss Elizabeth for introducing me to you, then this podcast wouldn't look the way it is. So those three people, Elizabeth, Jordan, and Paul, you guys have all been super helpful for Ahmad and I in this podcast process. Jordan, I want to specifically thank you now for introducing me to Paul, and also just having a really good, genuine conversation, which I look forward to continuing to build that relationship. So thank you very much.
Yeah, big time. Now, the next people, it's a group of people that I'm going to thank this time. And I think it's important to understand, you got to know who you can reside in, right? And who you can trust to have your back. And I'm not going to say it can, but it's always good to, have certain friends around you, right? So this one is a special thank you to a group of guys. The Fab Five is what we call ourselves, the Fab Five. everybody in that group. I always know whether I'm in a bind, they're in a bind, or whatever. They're always going to be there for me. And I think that's really important. Just the loyalty that we all have to each other is, it's something I feel that's special. I won't let not one of my guys get cheated out of an opportunity or whatever. And I know they'll do the same for me. So shout out to you, the Fab Five. Y'all know who y'all are. I appreciate y'all and everything that y'all do for me. So
yeah, having that good support group, having that good just those good friends to have around you, the people who have your back, some very valuable. I think something very overlooked nowadays. So I'm glad you have that group. Fab Five, I don't know who you guys are. Mod's never really, Mod might have talked about you, but he's never mentioned you guys by that name. But thanks for having my guys back, because that's big time.
Yeah.
Moving on, God, like I said, there's so many people to thank, but someone who keeps coming to my head and who I want to thank is Coach Farrell. Oh man, Coach, you brought so much energy to practice in high school. You brought such a passion for the sport, such a passion for coaching, that honestly changed my perspective on coaching forever. You're someone who I truly look up to, in the sense that every practice you came out with, you always had just you'd go nuts, and on game days you wouldn't wear shoes, and defensive media.
Wait.
He would wear shoes.
Yeah,
bro, he would, whenever he was a goalie. Lacrosse goalies, they're a different breed. Let's say that. But whenever someone would score or make a big play, the dude would jump. He wasn't very tall, but he would jump higher than anybody else. And every practice. So he had these dreams every night, and he remembered his dreams every night, and he always journaled them. And every day of practice, the whole defense would huddle up, and it's just such a great memory. But every time in practice, he was our defense coach. We'd all get around him. He'd be like, all right, everyone bring it. Say, okay, I have a dream. I had a dream last night. And we'd all be like, oh, okay, like, let's go. Like, tell us about the dream. And it'd be funny, because a lot of us would be in his dreams. And so, like, we'd have a lacrosse game, but there'd be like, we'd have to swim across a crocodile-infested river to get there. And I don't know, people would be getting eaten, and he'd run over and save them, and all this crazy stuff. But he always brought such a lively energy. Coach, you always brought such a lively energy to practice, which is something that, like I said, even telling these stories, it just brings a smile to my face, because you made practice something just to look forward to every day. Like, not that I never didn't look forward to it, but knowing like you were going to be on the sideline, you were going to be coaching us, it was always like, oh, Coach Farrell's here, let's go.
Yeah.
Especially when you suited up and you played with us, that was pretty cool too. But I will, literally once you started coaching for us and I started coaching other teams, I try to bring that same energy you had, because if I can get even half of your energy and bring it to my coaching, I know the kids are going to love it. I know I'm going to get a lot of response back from them, because I think we gave a lot of response back to you, and DMF forever. So Coach Farrell, thank you. You were someone I really looked up to and look up to. And yeah, so you made high school lacrosse one of the best things ever, and you gave me a lot of good memories from it. So thank you, Coach.
Yeah. This one for me, I know in our first thank you episode, I said family, but I think this one I gotta dive a little deep, and I gotta point out my brother. Now my brother, he's always somebody that's super level-headed, right? A lot of the audience doesn't know, I can get frustrated kind of easily sometimes, right? And over the smallest things or whatever, right? But my brother, he's always been there for me in times of like, well, I really need that. Like, hey, snap out of it, calm down, and it's always, it's the weirdest thing, because I can I can handle myself, right? I can calm myself down, but sometimes whenever I just go a little farther than the limit, he's always there to bring me back to center and bring me back into like that consciousness of, look, you can get mad, but is it going to be a good look at the end of the day, right? Is it going to look in the best for your interests, right? And I gotta say, he's always there for me, whether or not it's that situation or it's just I need to talk or whatever. So definitely gotta shout out my brother. I feel like a lot of times we might get underlooked or whatever, but I appreciate you, brother, for real. So
That's awesome. That's real awesome.
yeah.
And I know we're getting near the end of our episode. Ahmad, I have one more person I want to thank. How many more people?
I got one. Well,
Okay.
it's one, but it's two.
Okay, cool. So I'll keep this quick. Again, if we haven't gotten to you, we're going to. We have 10 more episodes, then we have our next thank you episode. It's really hard to fit everybody in because literally as we talk, I bet the same thing happens to Ahmad. But for me, more and more people like, oh, thank that person, thank that person.
Yep.
It just kind of comes up. But one person who I really want to thank, he's the creator of the accountability called logo. It's what you see every time you watch a video. It's what you see every time you go to our Instagram page. My friend, one of my best friends, Big Tasty. Thank you for always being there for me. One, always keeping it real with me. Two, just being a true friend, and also for making a dope logo. Like the AC. I mean, like with the phone, that's pretty creative, y'all.
Yeah.
Like I didn't. This was before Ahmad and I had one podcast up before he'd even done. I just told him, hey, the accountability call, go do something with it, and he made a pretty cool logo. So I thank you for being a great friend, for always having my back. And I swear one day you're going to have your own Netflix special, your own stand-up special. This dude, one of the funniest people I've met in my entire life. But Big Tasty, you're the man. You are one of my best friends, one of my, one of the people I can truly lean on. And I know you'll always be there for me. So thank you for all that. And thank you for making a dope logo. So thank you.
Yeah, shout out to you, Big Tasty, for real. So, Big Tasty, bro.
Big Tasty.
Big Tasty, yeah. Shout out to you, man. And this will be the last one for this episode. I know y'all had to catch us in episode 30, but this one is kind of a general outlook of everybody, but I'll go real quick in depth. Every athletic trainer that I have had, right? Every athletic trainer that I have, from Coach Rupp, Miss Lensing, Miss Jody. Man, there's so many memories that we have. There's so many, special moments. I remember, I'll give y'all a secret, right? Before games, back at where Coach Rupp and Miss Lensing were my trainer, before games, I'd be in there, right? Not in there because I was injured or anything. I'd be in there playing tic-tac-toe, Connect Four, just kicking it, having a good time and just chilling. And I feel like that's something that really shaped me into, how I would always play before games, how I was super calm before games, or relaxed, not really stressed out or amped up. That's one of the few, not few, but one of the many memories that I still hold special to me. And Coach Rupp, the pig candy that he'd always bring to us, bro. This pig candy that he had, it was like bacon, but he smoked the bacon, bro. Look. He smoked the bacon, put like paprika and like brown sugar on it, right? I don't know if I'm giving away your secret recipe, Coach Rupp or Mr. Rupp. I'm sorry, but it was amazing, right? And he'd only bring it around like holiday times, right? And I kid you not, if you didn't get in that training room and get you a piece first, you wasn't getting any, bro. So that pig candy thing, bro, I don't know how he did it, but he smoked it for like hours. Threw some paprika and some brown sugar on it, and so good.
Man, I might have to try that, because that, dude, I'm all in on smoking and grilling some meat right now. So I think I'm gonna put that on my list.
Yeah, you might have to try. I might have to reach out to him and see how he makes it, so I can send it to you. So, but no, for all my athletic trainers, from Coach Rupp to Miss Lensing, and Miss Jody, Miss Lensing, I remember You know, she'd always make sure I got home safe because, you know, at that point I was taking Ubers home from school and I'd be at school till like 7 o'clock, you know, working. Literally, I'd be in the gym lifting or doing some type of homework. And then I get home at like 7 and, you know, she'd always check in on me, make sure I'm doing good. So shout out to you, Miss Lensing. And then Miss Jody, you know, Miss Jody is the GOAT. Like, I don't know what else to say. She's amazing, you know. She's helped me through a lot of struggles, a lot of ups and downs. So I want to just big thank you to her. So
Yeah, thank you. Thank you to all of your trainers. Honestly, bro, you just opened up a whole new world for people to thank from me. But we'll have to push it off to episode 30.
yeah,
Thank you to everybody we mentioned today. You've had an impact on Ahmad and I's life in one way or another, for which we are forever grateful. And if we didn't mention you, we apologize. We have to keep these episodes shorter. We're trying to keep them consistent. But if you stay tuned, in 10 episodes, we'll have another thank you where you might hear your name. And if you don't hear it yet, we're going to get to you. If you helped Ahmad and I in any way, shape, or form, we will get to you. We will thank you because Ahmad and I know we wouldn't be here right now without all of you.
definitely. So
Let's finish this episode with our PS quotes, our posing shot quotes, what we do every time we wrap up an episode. And then we'll see you all again soon, but we'll see you all again on a thank you episode in 10 episodes. So
yes, sir.
Let's finish with our PS quotes.
Let's go. You want me to go first?
Go for it.
All right. And it relates to, you know, everybody that we just thanked, right? So without a team or a dream, you will fall short of its potential, right? So without your team, without all the people that you surround yourself, you're gonna fall short of your own potential. So surround yourself with high caliber individuals, surround yourself with individuals that hold you to a higher standard and you won't fall short. So
yeah. Love that quote. That's awesome. My PS quote for the day, similar to all the people we thanked, and my PS quote goes, you are who you surround yourself with.
Yep.
So whatever your group is, whatever people you talk with on a daily basis, whoever you consider to be, you know, your close friends, that's who you are going to become. And thank you to all the people we've already thanked. You are all great, high character individuals who Ahmad and I look up to. And we know that you guys are the people we want to associate with because we have big dreams and big goals. And you guys are the type of people who are going to help us and push us to achieve those big goals. So we're surrounding ourselves with you all. And to the people we haven't thanked, you all as well. We're getting there, but you are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, big time. So,
well, this was another awesome episode, Ahmad. I really love this.
I gotta say, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I love doing these episodes, bro. It's awesome. It makes me feel gooey inside.
I know what you mean. I don't know if I'd say gooey is the adjective, but I know exactly what you mean. So yeah. Once again, thank you all for watching. It truly means a lot to Ahmad and I. Like Ahmad said, this is my favorite episode. Like we've done 2 of them already, and it's already my favorite. Like, maybe shout out Brandon Stern. That episode was awesome. Episode 16. Having our first ever special guest on. So awesome. His story was great. Go check it out if you haven't already. Thank you for hopping on and talking with us. That's another person we have to thank. But
shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, we got a lot, but maybe next to that episode, these 2 are my absolute favorites. So
yeah.
Thank you for watching. This was episode 20, our second thank you special. My name is Jack Posey.
Ahmad Shaw.
And this is the Accountability Call.
Love you, family. Have a great day today.
Peace.